Good morning, good day, great day, everybody. Kyle Kemper, this is the Golden Convergence. Today we're going to be discussing what's next for AI voice agents. Blessed to have the opportunity to interview Jillyn Johnson from BuildSolutions.ai, who's an expert in all things voice, AI, agents. Jillyn, how are we doing today? Good morning.
Good
Welcome
morning.
to Convergence.
I've already had my coffee, so I will cheers you with my water.
This is number 2.
Morning, Kyle. It's great to see you.
It's great to see you too. And we've had a couple minutes before this just to kind of recap, and I'm really excited because you're just saying, like, the world, there's so much kind of AI transformation. It seems like every day I'm going on like, oh, and here's how you do this, and here's how you do this, and here's how you do this, and I just did this, and you can too. And like, I feel like we're still part of like an insulated, like really early adopter kind of, like, that first in the life cycle. We haven't even really hit the inflection point towards general like usage, but there's a lot of creation happening, and you're creating. So what are you creating, Jillyn?
Well, I create voice agents right now. I absolutely love them. I started out with chatbots, so I understood conversational design. And most importantly, I found all of the bad user experiences that were going on with chatbots, why people don't want AI chatbots because they assume they're the ones of the past. So I went through and had all the struggles with that as a founder, trying to get adoption, and it's tough. But then as soon as voice came out about 15 months ago now, it's been light years better. And so voice, you can actually have a conversation with people instead of sitting there and tiring out about chatting with them.
Mm-hmm.
So the AI voice, as long as it's a good, strong, hopefully well-built companion, or not only a good choice in voice, but a good workflow that actually gets the user what they want, then it's a great experience and people will come back to it again. So I've actually coined a new metric, which is return rate. People don't really think about that. They want a good experience, the good intent that time. But actually, I want to know if that same person came back and used it again, because that to me is a thumbs up. I liked it. It was efficient. It worked well.
Yeah. And like, there was like, I feel like we've experienced, probably bad interactions with, I wouldn't even necessarily say they were AI agents, but programmed, like listening for responses and a lag, and it's not necessarily there. But I feel like with the level of where voice is and the speed of everything now, we're getting very close to, or are we there to having seamless conversations with intelligent AI agents, representatives, support, executives?
I will give you my take. And I do want to correct one thing you said in the beginning, which is that I'm a voice AI expert. I appreciate that so much, and you're so kind. I've built a lot of different things, but there's truly no expert out there. Every single day we're learning. And honestly, every single day the tools change. And so what I could have delivered 2 weeks ago as a perfect tool, I have to keep up with it every single day because the platforms I'm building it on may change.
Mm-hmm.
And a rapidly growing AI product. So anyway, just wanted to clarify that. I'm doing my very, very best. And I think
okay, so very humble to say you're not an AI expert, but you focus and you work in the field of AI voice. So you are probably one of the most knowledgeable within this domain. And I'm very grateful that you're here to be able to share, to help others understand, how this technology, can help. The thesis of the show is, how can technology help unlock this, this digital golden age, and ultimately create seamless experiences and enable creators and entrepreneurs and builders and consumers and users to have delightful experiences. And that's what I liked when I went to your website. It said the word delightful, because if your solution isn't delightful, in my opinion, it's not going to work, or it doesn't have the edge anymore. So you deliver something delightful.
Absolutely. So let me break down some different ones for you. voice receptionists. Okay. Today, you can very effectively call to a doctor's office and not wait on hold. And a voice receptionist that is set up well, private, secure, very trusted, very well tested, can identify what you're calling for, put you on the calendar, send you a reminder, and book it directly to the physician's billing system or whatever it's called, the EMR. And so it can effectively do that today. There is an escalation point that we always recommend building into these receptionists to make sure that you can transfer to an agent during business hours. But for the most part, those are going great. And it's a delightful experience. It's quick, it's efficient, and honestly, it's faster and more precise than humans. But I might ask 2 questions in the beginning. We call up and say, hey, I really want to schedule an eye appointment later on, and would I be able to get with this doctor? Humans might answer one question and they forget about the second. AI doesn't. And that's what makes it very complete and delightful. So that's just one example. Another thing that I love building are companions. So if you think about the social isolation of a senior, and my parents are 80 in their 80s. If you think about how little socialization they have on a daily basis, especially somebody who's widowed or a widower, they're living alone, they're living at home, they're trying to make the best of their day. Maybe they're just getting up to make a meal. If there's somebody there, somebody, right, in quotes, an AI that's there for them, like the A word. I'm not going to say the A word out loud. You know what I'm talking about, ALEXA. If something like that is available and safe and can talk to them and play I Spy with them. My mother plays I Spy with Gus, the companion that we've built for her. She is so delighted to sit down and spend 10 minutes with this because it's somebody who's keeping her brain going, somebody who's delighting her, talking with her, sharing in all of her daily experiences, grounding her on what's going on today. So in Magnolia, Texas, it's 73 degrees. And why don't you get out for a walk today? It's lovely. But don't forget about your luncheon this afternoon with Katie. She's really looking forward to seeing you. That is what a good companion can do. But we don't want to rely on going direct with a chat GPT or going direct with a Claude for those because they may not be safe. So what my team builds are safe companions that I actually, as the daughter, receive a report. Times did they contact it yesterday? What was their average duration? Are they using it for 10 minutes? Are they using it for an hour and a half? What are the main topics? And most importantly, what are the scary concerns? So Kyle, I don't know how much you follow some of these things where, like Gemini, yesterday there was an article and it led somebody supposedly to another death. Horrible. We've read too many of these. But I contend that if we have proper monitoring of these AI systems, that's not going to happen. And so once I put that monitoring in place, now I can build anything for you on top of it because I know that I'm looking for codependence. I'm looking for over-reliance, curse words, anger, any of the things that we might deem safety, they're being checked on a daily basis. And I'm going to actually get a text if it goes off the rails.
And you're creating it in a safe environment where it's not just like, it's not connected to, like you said, to like the chat GPT, to the Gemini, to the open environment. We're trying to provide a secure, comfortable environment for, like you said, this companionship.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a vulnerable group. So we have to protect them from the technology that I know,
Have you heard of this great investment opportunity? Like, oh,
right. Yeah, it absolutely will not do that. It cannot give medical advice. It cannot give financial advice. Okay. So that's another example of how voice is.
What is that movie with Scarlett Johansson? Her, right?
Yeah.
So like, I feel like, this layer, this is the, like, it's plugging into a big backend, but creating that, that human, personal, delightful interaction layer, and then knowing as well, like that's what everybody, I feel like maybe I'll take that back. I would hope that everyone would be concerned about the security aspects. I feel like, honestly, it's important to build from a privacy by design kind of point of view, because people will just use whatever works and is convenient. And I think that's why like so many people are just uploading everything into OpenAI and like they're not really thinking or Grok for that matter. It's like, just here, like, here's all my tax returns. Here's all my bank statements. Here, like, okay, like feed me back. Yeah. Well, I'm really interested in the business applications for this because, so I guess these are kind of two different product lines I would say that you're kind of focusing on, which is one is the companions, which is kind of a B2C kind of solution. Like, okay, we're going to build out, companions.ai and here's how you can, do this, or, here's, okay, you're the, the psychiatrist or the doctor or the dentist, and here you need a receptionist, or you're, any company. I mean, it's a huge market, like the support segment towards, and then being able to, effectively train it based on like, the deep database of knowledge. And then also, this kind of fits into the agentic, future model, which is this is going to be one module that like feeds it, but then it's going to connect to, okay, let's connect it to our, our smart CRM system and our smart booking system and our smart billing system. So that it kind of like, you can't necessarily just like, okay, here, just deploy this and just rely on, 10-year-old software stack. Like
You're absolutely right. Yeah. Can I give you a really, really good example of what you're talking about? So we built there's a lot of websites that are just sitting around for people and they're waiting for traffic to come to it. So I contend, great, get all the traffic to come to it, but now engage them with AI. So 24/7, you can have a voice bot, call it a chat bot, that can do both on the website. And if it starts to interview the person, it becomes a lead generator, or it can be customer support, either way. But if it's a lead generator and you've just pulled this information in, we do this for the bradburygroup.com, if you want to check that out later. But what happens in the back end is it's that agentic system. So it's just interviewed somebody. It understands what they want from an AI project standpoint. And then we pull it through and we massage it. And then we give basically a project brief back to the owner of the website. And we say, here's a draft for you. Be the human in the loop, be responsible, take a look at it. And if you like it, great, send it off, because you just got a lead in the door that maybe you didn't get otherwise because there wasn't such engagement.
Mm-hmm.
You're showcasing that you're pretty cool and gifted with AI in the process. Yeah,
I could see, like, I worked on the last presidential cycle on the Kennedy campaign, and go exposed to the whole world of politics. And there's so much like, there's so much pushing of messaging. The listening doesn't necessarily occur so much. And one thing is, people have a lot to say. They got a lot of beef and they want to tell you about it. And that is a great use case for, an AI agent to tell me more. What else would you like? Because there's an unlimited attention span, towards engaging, like, that political companion. And then the more that they share and provide, along with when you can, contrast it. Like, I remember our data set was very, like, every time someone donated to the campaign, we understood whether, like, what their occupation was and their employer, and then the demographic of state, age, different things. So you had a really kind of strong information. And then, if you had an agent actually like calling them, potentially doing outbound and saying, I want to know what gets you going, what takes you, the politician or the candidate or the party that actually like really implements that and starts truly listening, like, they will build such good rapport with their constituents, even though they actually not, they're talking to them through their structure, but they're not directly. But I'll tell you, if someone's listening, that means the world to them. Like, even if they might not agree, as long as you're listening, okay, that's interesting. And then you're providing a feedback loop and creating an engagement and a conversation. This is very valuable information gathered, and can lead towards connecting with them on the issues that matter to them.
You have just spoken what most people don't realize is that AI listens better than humans. I mean, that's kind of what we were talking about before. But you're right; these cues, social cues, profile elements that you can pick up from just having a conversation with somebody can surface later in that outbound call or in the outbound marketing or whatever it is. And that should not be taken for granted. Where AI is tricky is it doesn't hold memory very well. And so you have to have the system in place, like you're talking about politically. If they don't save that into a CRM and bucketize all those different personality traits, desires, interests, et cetera, in the right place, it's going to be hard to surface it later. So that becomes more of a storage issue than it does, did we collect it or not?
Yeah, and I feel like, we're using a platform called Atio it's a smart CRM that you just connect your email and it's just gonna dive in there and okay, here's everything that's going on. And it's so if you're, I don't know if it exists, but I can see how it's going to work quite soon. It's going to be seamless, and and to be able to create those profiles, just like in the political example. I'll just use that because it's familiar. But every person, donor, supporter, volunteer, they'll have their own page, within the CRM. There's a notes section. So being able to feed that and to learn that, and also understand what ticks and what doesn't tick. And that, again, this is all applicable for any kind of myriad of businesses. So yeah, it's really exciting. How are you, at this point, how are you getting clients to come into the realm of is it BuildSolutions that .ai?
It is. Yeah. So we're doing a variety of things. One is we're going after the AI community themselves and helping people who are interested in showcasing their AI services to have a website bought. And that makes them look good. It makes us look good. It creates some revenue, and it gets them out there selling basically our services. Does that make sense? It's like a multi-tiered
channel partners.
Correct. Exactly. And they already know AI, so it's very explainable from their standpoint. So that's a really good way. Then we've got some really fun audiences. So I'm working on a product we're actually beta launching this week, and it's for immigration. So it's a cultural connection product, and it's for people it's a B2B product. So it's a little bit intricate to describe, but it's Duolingo at a cultural level. It's going to teach you English, but on the job training. So let's say that you're a field worker. It's going to teach you all about your field and the words that you need to use to discuss with the partners. And if you're immigrating to the US, it's going to teach you all of those terms in English, all of those phrases in English. If you are a housekeeper and you need to discuss the dining room and how to clean the dining room, it's going to teach you all of those basic terms about the dining room and what to expect that your client may ask for. And so those are just very, very basic levels. But the point is that, as you said, we're collecting all the data. So now instead of, great, they're fast forward 6 months, now they're fully English immersed and they're doing great. But now they've got a companion that knows so much about them. They don't want to give it up. And so that's where the convergence of all this data is coming to make better, smarter, personally aware companions for each of us. And if you want to think of that as your chat GPT while you're walking along, or hopefully one of our products, which is safer, right, and controlled and guardrailed, it's not going to go off on other tangents, that it shouldn't, then that becomes a long-term companion that knows me better than anybody. And I can talk to it about my fears, my actions, my plans, my tasks. And now it can start interacting with me just because I started talking and learning English with it. But later, it's still my companion. And that's a business model we're going to see more and more, is the dependence on these. And going back to the movie Her, right?
And is that companion, is that something that's like ready? Can people use that yet?
Yeah. So we're launching that beta this week, and that's for learning English. And so right now we've got I'm in Texas, so it's very easy. A lot of Hispanic community around me. And so I'm reaching out to them, seeing if they want this as a B2B tool for all of their employees to raise that level of English within their workplace so that it's better for the clients, better for them. And then the longevity is a monthly MRR, and you just become part of their lives. It's really a win-win for everybody.
Yeah. Amazing. Well, there's a whole myriad of like ways this goes. How do you remain focused on like, delivering a solution, like finding that product market fit when you're dealing with a horizontal solution that can, service so many different things? It's like, it's the realm of opportunities. Like, oh, it's everywhere. But I feel like if you try and go everywhere at once, you end up sometimes not going anywhere.
Correct. So the number one priority is Gus, our senior companion. And that is Build Solutions core product. Everything that we've learned from an infrastructure standpoint is being applied to all the other projects. I'm the project lead on Gus, and all these other peripheral groups are people who work with me or work as affiliates of Build Solutions. And so Gus, for the senior community, particularly people living alone, our go-to-market strategy is just starting to roll out. We're starting to get public like this. We're starting to talk about Gus, how he can really come into homes, how he can be on their mobile phones. I mean, goodness, the other day he told me which aisle to go look at Home Depot. I didn't have to go to the Home Depot app. I just asked Gus. It's like all of these things are coming down to that one product, and all the things, all the infrastructure, all the lessons that I've learned, the failures that I've overcome from adoption, right? People aren't used to going to their companions, but we've overcome.
It's a whole new user experience of like, you don't even need a website. You just need like, ask Gus, like, as Home Depot /Gus, and like, hey, where can I find the solar panels? Ugh. Or I need an incandescent light bulb. Oh, sorry, we don't sell those anymore. You just need high flickering, mind controlling LED lights.
Yes, exactly. And by the way, you're of the generation that understands incandescent lights. But yeah, I mean, it's just changing the way we do everything. And so voice is going to be the number one medium. I have absolutely no doubt about that. It's just a matter of how safe it is to use. And I am trying to be out there in front of the market, giving people safe ways to use it, good customer experiences, and
well, and this is an incredibly valuable tool. So if you've got a business and you need support or someone to represent, it sounds like you should go to Build Solutions and book a consultation and like understand and learn a little bit more about how and what it takes to implement. How long does it take to get spun up and started with like, let's say, maybe not Home Depot, that might be a bit extreme, but like, let's say you're like a doctor's office.
A doctor's office has some
okay, not a doctor's office, because there's a lot of complex that has a little bit of a higher level, but let's say a tattoo shop or like
perfect. Yes, yeah. The nail salon down the street, the tattoo down the street. Yep. I would say to get an MVP or a proof of concept, 24 hours.
24 hours.
Yep. To get something working with their internal system, their internal booking system and POS system, 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah, and you might need to just upgrade the whole systems too, and you probably save them money.
Yes, and that's the thing, is we're offsetting SaaS, right? And so in many cases, cal.com is better than custompos.com.
Yeah. Well, Jillyn, thank you so much. This is great. I look forward to talking more about this. I'm going to wrap it right now for this session. Thank you.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
I appreciate it.
Amazing. Incredible. Keep
Thank
on going. The golden age is dawning. Thank you so much. Everybody go to BuildSolutions.ai. You can connect on LinkedIn. There's a YouTube. Jillyn's made a whole bunch of videos about, the challenges of voice, but also the opportunities. And, stay tuned. This one's really, really interesting. Are you raising any capital for this venture?
Not yet, but if we need to, we've got a couple of people in mind who've expressed interest.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of people would, and we're seeing like, we just closed 24 million, we just closed 70 million, we just got 15 million. I mean, it's like, there's an opportunity with, I don't know, this is really good. So it's you either put it out there, or you say, no, we don't need that. We're just going to go make revenue and deliver a good solution, which is also an amazing path. So anyway, congratulations. Keep on going. Jillyn, thank you so much. Any last words?
Kyle, you keep doing it too, because it's conversations like this that get the builders like me out there in the space, because quite frankly, it is so hard to build and promote at the same time. And that's what I'm finding. So thank you for your assistance in getting the word out.
You're very welcome. This episode is brought to you by GTM.Ventures and Raz Rocket. Thank you to our sponsors. Jillyn, have a great day. This has been epic, and we'll catch you on the flip side. Stay golden.
Yep.
Okay. Bye, everybody.